People were wondering if the stock market crash and global panic was going to be good for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, I want to be clear here. I would trade anything at this point for the world to just go back to the place that it was, let's say, last year. But we are where we are, and it's starting to look like this could be a turning point for cryptocurrency. We have news so big today that it's absolutely earth-shattering. It's coming out of Washington, D.C., and you're not going to want to miss it. Let's get it. Hello and welcome to BitBoyCrypto, your one-stop shop for all things related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I make videos on this channel almost every single day, sometimes twice a day. If you like what you hear or see, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell to turn on notifications. If you would like to take the conversation even further, then please make sure to join my Telegram group, the Bit Squad. We can talk, you can ask questions, or just converse. All right, guys, today we have some incredible news. And honestly, I can't even believe what I'm about to tell you and how important it is for the future of crypto. While everyone is focusing on the fact that Democrats are holding up the stimulus bill in the Senate over credits for solar panels, I kid you not, one thing has gone completely unnoticed, that the Democrats are trying to slide into this bill. And I'm honestly shocked. I can't believe it. If you look throughout the political history of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it has often been the Republican Party championing its uses for freedom and its importance to help us compete on the world stage in terms of blockchain technology. We've seen Democrats Sherrod Brown, Maxine Waters, and most notably, the weasel with a cul-de-sac on his head, Brad Sherman, speak out against Bitcoin. But the Democrats led by Nancy Peolosi are actually trying to push cryptocurrency ahead in this bill. And it is shocking, in my opinion, what they're asking for. They are literally asking for the creation of a digital dollar and the establishment of digital dollar wallets. I can't even believe the words coming out of my mouth as I'm saying them. This is going to send a strong message to the whole world of cryptocurrency. We are the future. We've known this. We've tried to take the scales off of people's eyes so they could see it too, but they've been resistant. The United States is building an infrastructure in order for its central bank to create a digital currency. And I don't think that this is a coincidence. Just last week, as we reported on this channel, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin hired Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Brian Brooks to come on board as the number 2 bank regulator in the government with the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. That is basically the overseer of banks in the United States. Now, Brian Brooks has also been a huge proponent of a digital dollar. Now, in his mind, it would be the private sector creating the digital economy, and the government would work hand in hand with them. Interestingly enough, we are seeing that type of collaboration in our government and businesses right now amidst this crisis. Mnuchin said that bringing Brian Brooks on could be a way to help stabilize our financial system. It seems like all things are pointing towards our economy going digital. I know it sure would be cheaper to print dollars out of the air digitally than actually using a physical printing press. It even sounds archaic saying it, especially when we know where all of this is heading to. So the question is, why would they be doing this? And I'm telling you guys, this is all becoming so clear what is happening within our government. This is probably, honestly, the most exciting time ever to be a crypto nerd. The American people need money. So many are out of work right now that it's an unparalleled time. The government is trying to vote on a stimulus package as we speak that would include approximately $2 trillion. Now, recently, Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib introduced an idea that all the United States needed to do was mint 2 $1 trillion coins. And this is exactly the problem crypto has been trying to fix. You can't just eternally print money out of the air. At some point, that makes the money you do have worth nothing. This is why your grandpa could buy a Coke for a nickel, but you probably throw nickels away if they got something sticky on them. And don't even get me started when it comes to pennies. They cost more to produce than they're worth. Now, over the last 100 years, inflation's been insane, and there doesn't seem to be an end to it. On 60 Minutes this week, the former Treasury Secretary from the 2008 financial crisis, Neel Kashkari, was asked if the Federal Reserve was going to just print money. His answer is unbelievable. He said, "That's literally what Congress has told us to do. That's the authority that they've given us, to print money and provide liquidity into the financial system. And that's how we do it. We create it electronically. And then we can also print it with the Treasury Department. Print it so that you can get money out of your ATM." So that makes Representative Tlaib not sound quite as crazy. I mean, that's what most people in the government are saying. If they want to mint two $1 trillion coins, they might as well just do it. But it looks like we're going to Trojan horse them with crypto. You see, the reason why Nancy Peolosi and the House wants to push forward with a digital dollar is because once the bill is approved, it is going to be nearly impossible to get that money to the American people. The IRS is already so backed up that there's virtually no way it could get money out to Americans in the form of bank deposits or checks within the next 3 months, much less the next 2 weeks, like the president has said. So going to a digital dollar and a digital wallet would be a much easier course of action for the government to actually get the money into people's hands much quicker. What a novel idea. It almost sounds like that's exactly what we've been telling people for years and no one would listen to us. Aside from the economical benefits of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, such as it being deflationary currency and scarce, the technological benefits of crypto just make sense for the world's financial system. It removes barriers and the need for third parties. We can just send money back and forth to each other. Now, one of our biggest issues in crypto is banking the unbanked. Well, the way that this would work is the United States could possibly come up with a solution for that as well. You see, banks and FDIC-insured institutions like credit reserves will have to disperse these digital funds to Americans. But what about the people who don't have banks? The United States Post Office would actually be the point. They would serve as the point of contact for those people who are unbanked to be able to get their funds. Just like setting up your passport, people without bank accounts would head there to sign up for their virtual bank account. The question is, though, will this digital dollar be included in the final bill that eventually gets passed? Most experts believe that the answer to that question is no. You have to understand the way these sketchy bills work. Both sides of the aisle throw in as many possible things as they can possibly squeeze in during this time. Then the two parties debate, negotiate, and eventually trim the bills. But let's put this into perspective. Whether or not this actually happens this week, this month, or this year, the fact is, this is now something that is on politicians' minds. Bitcoin is no longer something that is only for techie nerds. Within the foreseeable future, cryptocurrency will become normalized. This is evidence of that. One of the reasons why I do not believe this will pass the digital dollar right now is that setting up all of those wallets for US citizens in such a short period of time, it sounds almost just as unfeasible as sending checks. But the lesson for our government here to learn is that it would be so much easier to facilitate business in a digital economy than an archaic physical fiat economy. But let's bring all this back around. Where does Bitcoin fit into this new digital dollar and new digital wallet infrastructure? I mean, is a US digital dollar really what we're after? Well, of course not. But what is important is that we start building a digital economy. Cryptocurrency is plug and play with a new digital infrastructure. Now, Bitcoin itself would reap huge rewards from this, I believe, because in my opinion, Bitcoin is more like gold than a dollar anyways. So if people had to learn how to use digital wallets or currency, then they could just as easily learn how to use a Bitcoin wallet. And let's be honest here, Bitcoin is not super user-friendly. Trust me. You may think that it is because you've been in it for a while, but I talk to people almost every day who keep Bitcoin on exchanges because they can't figure out wallets. Maybe if the US went to a digital wallet, it could not only flatten the learning curve, but maybe there could be some innovations that could make wallets in general easier to use. Now, one thing we don't know is whether or not this digital dollar or digital wallet would actually use blockchain technology. I mean, the government is probably not going to issue a decentralized national currency, but it could certainly use blockchain as it is the most secure way to implement something like this. I mean, imagine the amount of hackers around the world that would try to hack the entire US supply of currency. So they would need something secure like blockchain. But regardless of whether blockchain is used or not, this is most certainly an affirmation that cryptocurrency is the future. We haven't been wrong. And that's a future that I want. Now it's your turn. What do you think about this stunning news? Do you believe this is good or bad for crypto? Drop your comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash the like button for me and hit subscribe to become a member of the fastest growing community in cryptocurrency, the Bit Squad. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. BitBoy out.